Ah, love. Love, love.
What is love?
What? That's what I said. No.
I don't know.
Not real sure. Tough one to answer.
Can I have time to think about it?
I don't know.
L is for life. And what is life without love?
It's something you can't explain.
Love is something between a man and a woman.
I'm dating myself if I give an answer of never having to say you're sorry.
O is for... Oh, wow.
I don't know. Two people smooching.
Romance between two human beings.
Love is a feeling that you have for one another. It's God-given.
The V is for this very surprising turn of events, which I am still fine with, by the way.
Love is
Your soul's recognition of your counterpoint in another.
your heart's recognition of its soul in another, its counterpoint in another.
Love is really hard to explain. It's just something you kind of have to feel. It's not really, you can't really put it into words easily.
Where two people come together as one.
Is for how extremely normal I find it that you two are together. And that one day you might get married.
Is love the most important thing to have in life?
No.
Mostly.
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I think so.
Yes.
I would, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it could be.
No.
Yes.
If you go back to the scriptures, the greatest of these is love. That's true.
Life is the most important thing. You want life before you want love, don't you? I mean, isn't life better than love?
Because how can you not survive without love? Everybody wants somebody to like or even love. So
There's more fun things to do.
Because if without it, you basically just have nothing really besides God.
Because it can't buy you anything.
Because without love, we are nothing.
Whatever happened to chivalry? Does it only exist in 80s movies?
Do you believe in chivalry?
Definitely in the South. Maybe not so much up here, but, you know, coming from Georgia, definitely it sure really does exist, and it's nice, you know, to have the door open for you. I mean, I can do it myself, but it's nice.
To a certain extent.
That's kind of a dying age right now.
Chivalry is dead and women killed it.
So I think chivalry can be disempowering to women and maybe send the vibe that they're less than or not able.
When I fail to open this jar and you succeed, it will establish you as the alpha male. You see, when a female witnesses an exhibition of physical domination, she produces the hormone oxytocin. If the two of you then engage in intercourse, this will create the biochemical reaction in the brain, which lay people naively interpret as falling in love.
Yes.
Do you believe it still exists?
Yes.
Yeah, I think a man should come to the aid of a woman. I do, and I think it can be, you think of chivalry just for the man towards the woman, but it can be between both the sexes. A woman can be chivalrous towards others.
Yeah, I think once back in the day it did exist. Does it still exist at all? A little bit, but not as much. It's not as evident as it was back in the day.
I want John Cusack holding a boombox outside my window. I want to ride off on a lawnmower with Patrick Dempsey. I want Jake from 16 Candles waiting outside the church for me. I want Judd Nelson thrusting his fist into the air because he knows he got me just once. I want my life to be like an 80s movie.
I think it still exists, but I think it can be misconstrued and can be disempowering in some ways.
Because, you know, in the olden days, it was expected to be that way, and then women became more independent and self-sustaining, and then some women take it offensive when you try to be chivalrous.
If chivalrous is a word.
What's a soulmate?
It's well, it's like a best friend, but more. It's the one person in the world who knows you better than anyone else. It's someone who makes you a better person. Actually, they don't make you a better person. You do that yourself because they inspire you.
Is there such thing as a one true love or a soulmate?
No.
I'm not sure if I believe in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
Soulmates, potentially, yes.
I do think there's someone out there for everyone, but I don't know if there's just one.
It seems dated.
I think you can have more than one love.
Besides romantic love, what other kinds of love are important?
Friendly love.
My bestest best friend Pumbaa. By me, Timon. There's no warthog quite like you, Pumbaa. I could never find as good a friend. You have got tusks and you smell. You are one in a million. The end.
Easily, there's love for my wife, which is one type.
Well, obviously family, friends.
You're the best of friends. Having so much fun together.
Friendships, hobbies, families, sisters.
Collegial care for one another.
So mother, parents, your descendants, of course.
Animals.
Parental love.
She kisses my boo-boos, she braids my hair. We love your mothers everywhere.
Love of your brother and your sister. Love for friends. Love for friends. Love for the Lord.
And then, of course, the love that I have for my children is almost as strong, but it's of a different kind. So.
If you knew how much I loved you, how much I still love you.
What do you think of the love that is portrayed in movies or TV shows?
It's fake, especially in Bachelor.
I think they idealize some of it.
It's like a textbook, and it tries to mimic a feeling that can't be illustrated. It has to be experienced.
I think it's wrong.
It's very dramatic and overproduced, and I don't think it's very accurate.
For the most part, it's okay. It's probably a little over-sensationalized in a lot of ways, but...
It's really scripted and it's fake.
Because a lot of times they have you falling in love, and then they have you falling out of love, and then divorce, and I think you have to stick to it and work at it, just like anything else.
That you're going to find a perfect person type of a thing, live happily ever after, and all your problems are solved within 30 minutes minus time for commercials.
Well, I was sort of planning on staying at home tonight and doing some work.
Look, stop being so difficult. Go powder your nose. I'm getting hungry.
How have the roles of men and women in a relationship changed over the years?
Well, I think if you think about like traditional marriages, back in the day it was always the men that were the breadwinner and the women stayed home with the families.
It used to be very women are in the kitchen.
In my day, you know, when the guy asked you to go out for a date, he paid for it, everything.
If you look at like what the Bible says, And here's a situation where my wife doesn't always agree, even though she always talks about the Bible. If you're familiar with one of the passages, it says, that the wife should submit to the husband type of a thing.
Nowadays, the young people will have your internet dating. I think you go Dutch more. Maybe high school age, I think it's more like group dating.
You have more women in more of like dominant roles in relationships sometimes.
So I definitely think that our society views both genders and other genders as more equal. So I think that it's a progression, and I don't think we're there yet.
Especially after World War II, we've seen a massive gender equality.
Pre-World War II, women generally didn't work outside the home.
But now sometimes it's different because women have taken a more active role in the workplace, and sometimes it's left to a outside caregiver to take care of the kids and both parents work.
You gotta realize it also says that the husband loves the wife like Jesus Christ loved the church, that he gave his life for it.
We still have this misconception of gender role.
Don't marry somebody that you feel that you can live the rest of your life with. Marry the person that you feel you cannot live the rest of your life without.